When you walk into a room, does that add to the energy of the room, or does it suck the energy out of it? If the people back at the office are talking about you, what are they saying? What's your professional stature? Like, ooh, he's the vice president, or wow, he helped develop this open source software. Or wow, did you know that he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro? We had a guy working in client service, and he's just a regular guy, came in, did his job, left, that kind of thing, been with us about a year. Lo and behold, we're watching the Olympics. Guess who got a silver medal in judo? All of a sudden, at the office, it wasn't like passing by. People were coming and asking for his autograph. Can you imagine your boss's boss coming to you and saying, "Could I have your autograph, please? I saw you in the Olympics and I printed off one of the screens." That's part of your professional stature. Or if you're a president of a professional association, a local chapter of associations you belong to. I'll give you an example of that. I'm the immediate past president of National Speakers Association New England. So when people say to me, they used to say, "Oh, well, do you know how to speak? We'll look at your video, we'll do this." Now what they do is that they look at my email that says, past president of National Speakers Association. They don't ask me anymore. On that one, I'll tell you is that I have a friend, he's president of a local association related to EDI. And whenever he goes looking for a new job, or when he goes to potentially speak at conferences or whatever it is he wants to do, they say, "What do you know about EDI?" He says, "I'm president of the chapter." They say, "All right, that's cool." And as a result of that, all of the discussions regarding his credentials are done. How about you in any of the BA associations or other associations you belong to? Are you on the board? Are you building yourself? Those things all add to your mystique. Your credentials are obvious, your strengths and weaknesses. Regarding your strengths and weaknesses, be honest about them to yourself. Are you an advice giver? What does advice giving lead to? Thought leadership. And allowing you to be service-oriented. Do you play well in sandbox? Are you a team player that ties to? And do you have professionalism? When people think of you, do you say, "Wow, that's someone I want to have on my team"? If the answer to that is yes, it becomes easier for you to find other positions, or it also helps you be promoted within your current company. What is professional branding, and why do you care about it? Well, let's talk about what branding is not. Branding is not what you think of yourself or your intentions. Has nothing to do with it. Branding is what other people think of you. Has anyone ever been cut off on the highway? When you were cut off, did you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm sure that was a really nice person who didn't see me and is on his way to see his sick mom. I'm sure he's a very good person"? What did you think? Inconsiderate. From the day the guy was born till the day he dies, never did anything good for anybody. That's called transference. There's a name for that. How about if you accidentally cut someone off? What are people thinking about you? Your intentions were good, you didn't see them, but I don't think they're thinking that you're going to visit your sick mom. That's what branding is. So it's not about you the person, it's about you the product. How many of you have your own name as a URL? More. So that you should all go home and do that. I didn't do that early enough. Is that I own EricBloom.com. Because do anyone know who the other Eric Bloom is? This is mostly for people my age. The lead singer to Blue Oyster Cult. It took me 3 years as a nationally syndicated columnist to get my name above the fold in Google. Somebody actually asked me once, they say, "Wow, for a musician, how did you end up in IT?" I said, "Trust me, if I was as good of a musician as him, I wouldn't be in IT." How many people learned some good stuff today? That's great. So you come to this one, and then you go to other conferences, things along that line. At the end of the year, you say maybe you went to this and 5 or 6 other venues or whatnot, and you learned a little bit at work. As shown here, you read a few blogs, you went to a few websites, you did a couple of YouTube videos. Any people familiar with MOOC? MOOC? Massive Online Open Classes? when they say that MIT and Stanford and all those guys offer free classes? This is where they are. edX.org, that's edx.org, and Coursera.org. The word course with an RA at the end.org. These classes are free. You do a few of these through here over time. What you find is that when you look up at the end of the year, it's sort of the, I don't really like this expression, but I always use it. It's the reverse of death by 1,000 cuts. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. At the end of the year, you know a heck of a lot more you did than when the year started.